Hello, everybody. Welcome to Gamble with Jimmy. How are you guys doing? I've got a Baccarat session for you guys. And basically, the concept of this Baccarat session and a way that you can play, you can try this and see how this works out for you. It's a very simple strategy. It's a high percentage strategy. And basically, you're just looking for one win out of 4 bets. You can do one win out of 3 bets, but this will give you one opportunity out of 4. So we're going to go ahead and get started. As you can see, the history, there's nothing here, okay? Nothing at all. So you're either going to go around the room and you're going to look for something around about here where I have the mouse. So all of the shoot would be finished to about here, right about here. And that would give you about 33%, 40% of the shoot. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and deal and keep dealing. We're just going to get a good feel of what this shoot's going to do. So when you're on the table, like I said, sometimes you could just walk around and you'll see an opening on the table where the shoot's already about the 33% level of the ratio of the shoot. And you know, when you start at the beginning, we'll take a look at it now. When you start at the beginning, you really don't know. You're pretty much. You're just gambling. You know, so like, come on, let's be honest. Like, who would have thought when you first start? Now, I guess you could have a strategy where you stick with the winner. So if you stick with the winner, you would do quite well. So you would have a push. You'd just say, okay, it hasn't won, but I'm going to stay with banker. Banker wins. You're like, okay, I'm going to stay with the winner. Then it's a push. It's a tie. And you stay with the winner. And then it hits again. And then you would have lost this bet here because you would have stayed with the winner. And it would have went to a player. So then you would have lost again, saying, okay, I'm going to stay with the winner, and then it went to banker. And then you say, okay, I'm going to stay with the winner, and then it went to player. And you say, okay, I'm going to stay with the winner, and then it went to banker. Do you see my point? You'd be down money right now. So this is one of the reasons why that you won't see me start playing until we hit the 33%. So let's give it a little more to give it an opportunity. So most of the people who are playing right now, they're just gambling. You know, they're not betting a lot. They're just gambling. They're just being the people who are supporting the table. Because if they don't do it, everybody's just going to sit there. You're never going to have anybody gamble on that particular table. So I'm always thankful for the guinea pigs, for them to take shots. And it doesn't mean that they're not going to win. Sometimes they're going to win. Okay, let's take a look at how we're doing now on the... Okay, so right now we're probably about 20%, maybe 23%. So we've got a pretty good indication right now where we had one drop at 4, we had another one drop at 4, but overall it seems to be more of a chop board. But you are getting a little bit in the middle here where you could go with play the winner. But it's not quite comfortable enough for us to do our strategy yet. So I'm going to go about another 10 real quick. Might not be that entertaining to watch, but it's the overall concept of understanding when you're playing Baccarat. That's the key to your success is to be patient, do what the board is telling you to do. Let's go ahead and come in after this next one. All right, let's take a look where we're at now. Okay, so we had a quite good thing with the play the winner. So we've got a nice roll now. Now, this is a very crucial moment right here. This is very crucial. You're at the 33% mark. And you haven't had any play. If it drops, play the chop. You have not had that happen. You had it happen here, in here, but that's it. Everything else hasn't went past 3, hasn't went past 3, hasn't went past 3. So this is called, if it don't drop, play the chop. So we're going to see a crucial spot right here if this next one, these next two, are going to indicate what we're going to do. Okay, so our strategy now is if it drops, play the drop. So we switched it because we have an indicator that it is dropping right here. Now, if you look at this one, the history is going to tell you that it's going to go back to player. Most of the people at the table are going to bet player right here because they're looking at the history of what Banker has done. That's what they're doing. They're looking at the history of Banker. Banker got all the way to 4 before, come down. What did it do? It went to player. Okay. Now, I personally don't do that. I don't do that. I have a strategy where if it goes to 4, then I play the drop because I want to be a part of the L. Now, had these been all the way at 4 and 5, and this one came down to 4, when it got to 2, I would have already started playing the drop. I would have won here, I would have won here, and then this would be pending. So there's a very good chance that this is going to go back to player here. But I'm going to go ahead and bet my first one and say that, no, I think it's going to go down to Banker. Okay, and I'm going to go $50 on it. Okay, so as I explained, most of the big money would have came here on player, and they all would have lost because they're going off of what the board has done. Okay, now I don't do that. I don't do that when I play. I don't do that. I only have 2 ways that I'm playing. 2 ways, that's it. If it don't drop, play the chop. What means don't drop to me on my system is 3. Okay, look, don't drop, play the chop. Don't drop, play the chop. Don't drop, play the chop. Dropped. This one dropped. Okay? Which means play the drop, we lose. We lose this bet. It goes back to the chop. We see what it's doing. Chop, 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 chop. Comes to the Banker. Don't drop, play the chop. We would have won. Don't drop, play the chop. Okay, now what is it doing? Drop, play the drop. You see what I'm saying? So I don't care that this one, when I'm at this point right here, I'm not looking back and say, oh, it never went past 4, so it's automatically going to do that. Most of the players play it that way. I would rather take a chance and stick with it. So we won 50, so here's what we're going to do. We're just going to go a quarter and play the drop. Okay, we win again. Okay, so we're now a part of the success of this. And now we're going to try to see if it can create an L. We're going to do a quarter again. No matter what, whether we win or lose, we're still going to be up. All right, so we're going to keep playing the roll. We don't even need to look at the history. We know it has created an L. Still on the L. Just keep firing, guys. See, we're still doing good. We're still doing good. Hello, this is Jimmy.
Hi, this is Lenny. How are you?
Good.
I saw your ad on Craigslist, and the reason of my call is social media marketing.
Sorry, guys. We're still doing good, guys. I never feel bad about hanging up on telemarketers because they're always, they're calling a private number. Okay, so let's take a look at how well we did. So we caught this run all the way here. All right. So our strategy when we're playing a shoot is to play 4 or 5 hands. That's it. That's our whole strategy. If we lose a bet, then we're going to double the bet. If we lose the bet, we're going to redouble the bet. But you have to make sure that whatever your bet is, it has enough to the bet is big enough for you to get back all the money that you're down and to make double on the profit. Otherwise, don't do it. Because you're not going to keep doing it over and over and over. If you lose 3 in a row when you've come in at good times, then you're going to have a losing proposition for you. There's no fix to that. You're just going to lose. But you're controlling your loss by not losing 3 in a row and then keep doubling and keep doubling and keep doubling. You know, you just will get down too much. I just don't recommend that you do it. So even though we've only made $141, we haven't bet anything expensive. I think the biggest bet we did was $50. And we never lost that bet. So we've pretty much won every single time we've bet. I think we've lost 1 time out of all the bets that we did because we're being smart on our system. So let's say, for example, that you entered right here. Let's say that you entered right here. Well, let me tell you most likely what we would have, or for sure what we would have done. You see where this blue tied? So let's say that I said, okay, that's far enough into the shoe that I'm ready to go ahead and play. Well, I would have had 4. This would have been 4, so it would have told me to play the drop here. And these all chopped. And then this one here would have been considered a don't drop strategy. And then here I would have started saying, okay, this is going to have a lot of drops in this shoe. There's going to be more drops in this shoe. So I would feel comfortable playing the winner. Okay? So look, you would have tied here. All right? So you would have played the red again, which is banker, and you would have lost. And then you would have played and you would have lost. And you would have played and you would have lost. And you would have played and you would have lost. And then you would have won, you would have won, you would have lost. You would have won here, you would have won here, then you would have lost. Then you would have won, and you would have won all of these. So every single one of these you would have won, which makes up for all of these losses that you had here. Because this board is telling you to play the winner. That's what it's telling you to do. It's telling you to do that because it's had 1, 2 in the shoot where it dropped more than 3 times. It had a couple of them. So I would have been kind of picky. Now here, you would have won here and you would have won here, but you would have lost here, which is fine. It would have went to the blue and you would have lost this one, but you would have won here and you would have won here and you would have lost. And then it hit on the banker and you would have said, okay, I'm going to do the drop, and you would have won. 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 And then you would have lost. You with me? So you would have already made your money on the shoe, and you don't care. You're gone. You're already finished wagering. So that's the strategy that I would recommend that you do. Just try to win. Try to bet 3 to 4 times around the best point of the shoe that you can feel confident of which direction you're going to go in. Okay? So we had another winning session. And, good luck at the tables, guys. Just so you guys do know, I already have a YouTube studio that is just an outdoor shed with air conditioning and electricity, but it's too small. It's too small. So I am actually having 450 square foot studio built where it's going to have a full size craps table. It's going to have the roulette wheel set up. It's going to have a Baccarat table. So it's going to have a couple cameras, and it's going to be perfect for the studio. So I'll show you guys some, live Baccarat as well. So stay tuned. That should be towards like the end of January. All right, guys. Thank you for watching, and good luck at the casino. If you haven't subscribed, please do so.